Greetings for the day. Python for SAP Integration Consultants. So what is the learning objective of this session? We are not going to deep dive into Python as a code developer, being an integration consultant, since we are going to explore AI, where exactly Python is actually helping us. So our main intent would be to understand Python code, how exactly it can fit within the integration, and some basic Python syntaxes we should be aware of, so that we are pretty comfortable when we are going to go ahead with our learning journey to explore AI for integration consultants. So that is what the learning objective of this. So let's get started with the very first topic. Why should I learn Python? So again, uh, if you compare it with the traditional SAP integration, what we are at this moment doing, being an integration consultant, whenever we get a requirement, we are having a very fixed requirement where we know who is the receiver, how the message is coming, what will the transformation message, routing message, send message, all these steps are, we are very much aware. And so this is actually a traditional way of doing the integration, where everything is deterministic, predictable, and basically it's rule based. Now, let's assume our business comes to us and they want us to analyze the field messages. And based on the field message, it should also, the expectation is to give the recommended solution based on the historical errors we are having. This is where actually AI actually going to fit in. So the new business expectation is what is very much aligned with the AI. So AI is going to bring the ability to understand and reason and recommend. So that is what the new era of integration is heading towards. Now, why to choose Python? Why not other language or any other scripting? Why exactly Python? Or are we going to replace SAP CI? Is it something which we are going to learn as a new language, and whatever we have learned so far as a cloud integration consultant, are we going to go with that? So that's not the case. The reason for choosing Python is AI enabled integration architecture. So now Python is extending the capability of cloud integration. So SAP CI still remains the orchestration platform, whereas Python performs the AI processing. So that is what the main idea is. And if we compare it with the enterprise perspective from the larger ecosystem of the integration, if we have to consider, the largest AI ecosystem shows so many LLM models and we are having around. So it can be OpenAI, and we are having some Grok APIs, LangChain, Pinecone, ChromaDB, where we can create some embeddings. Anthropic is also coming. So these languages do all the basically the Python is supporting with all these platforms. So that is one of the reason. Moreover, the enterprise AI libraries actually needs embeddings. We need vector databases. Vector databases will also need some Python knowledge. If you are doing some prompt engineering, that is also where Python comes into picture. AI entire framework, and if you are going to implement retrieval using RAG, that is where also your Python will come into picture. So that is one of the reasons why to choose Python. Now, where exactly this Python is actually fitting into. So because of this rapid development, we want the solution to be integrated in a very quicker manner, and the code should be manageable, and it can quickly generate actually. So that is where your rapid development comes into picture. So you do not have to write 200 lines of Java code. Rather than writing, we can write 20 or 30 lines of code, and using those number of lines of code by implementing Python code, we can build APIs. So rather than making the system complex with a larger number of code, it can increase the development speed. So that is also one of the reason actually. So now all of these LLM models and the different entire ecosystem is actually using Python. So that is one of the reason. And if you have to compare with Python with existing Ruby, because we are all integration consultants, and if you have to do a quick comparison, what Python is capable of. So Ruby is perfectly for integration scenarios where we are doing some transformation technique, but Python will help us to integrate. It will help us to take inputs from the user. And once we receive the response from the LLM model, it helps us to give the responses. So as an API, it takes input and it will return us the output. As compared to Python versus Ruby. So again, Ruby is CI scripting and Python is for AI developments. And all the AI applications are using Python. And Ruby is majorly for XML, JSON manipulation, whereas your Python comes into picture when you are dealing with APIs, when you have to deal with vector DBs or machine learning. Ruby comes into picture where we are doing some transformation technique within SAP to the mapping. Python comes into picture when there is a implementation of RAG, retrieval augmentation generation. Using Ruby, we are reading headers property, we populate these, and we create some lightweight scripting. If you have to do some prompt engineering, Python comes into picture. So both of these are playing different set of roles as per the environment, and we are not going to replace anything. So it's absolutely both of these are doing a specific activities or specific task they are meant to do, specific task in a specific ecosystem or specific area of the code. So why did we choose Python? So we are actually not disappearing with Ruby, or Python is not a replacement. That is what we understood. So why did we choose Python? The reason for this is the adoption of Python in the entire AI ecosystem. So that is one of the reasons for this. So with this is some background around is why do we actually need Python, but what as an integration consultants we should be aware of. Very basic thing. From where can we download the software? We will try to set up our system and we will just run some basic Python scripting. We'll try to understand how to read a class, how to read a class from other Python file, and how to run Python code. So some basic things we should be aware of. So let's move on to the next section, how to set up the environment. So setting up the Python development environment is Python will be used to build AI services. So these are some of the examples. It's what we discussed in the previous presentation, previous deck. That is what we discussed. Now, how to download the Python. So Python org.downloads. This is what the website we should be going to. So once you come to this website, we can download the Python install manager. So once this installation, this exe file will be generated, it will actually generate, it will start installing the Python. So how actually it will look like? So for this, we have to come to the command prompt. So once that is installed, so just for the simplicity, what I have done, if any one of you is not having access to download this, this is the place from where you can download the Python manager. This is my local repository. From here, the softwares you can download and you can explore it further. Now, once this is installed successfully, the next thing is we need to open the command prompt and we have to check whether Python is installed or not. So for this Python, and then we'll type version. So it will give us the version. So it means it is installed, and we will also look for Python package manager, pip version. This is also important. So this is also available for us. So now Python is installed on my machine, but I would also like to show you actually when we are going to install Python, how the things will look like actually. So once that installation will start, so this is how the installation will start actually. So once you download it, then you have to click on install Python. So this is how the installation process will start. Once the installation will complete, you will get the screen like this. So Python version you can able to see. Now, once we are done with the Python, now where are we going to write code for this? So for this, we will be using Visual Studio. So that needs to be downloaded. So same way, this is also available in this repository. You can download this particular file. So otherwise, the best option is we can come to code.visualstudio.com, and from here we can click on this download and we can download the Visual Studio.